We've all seen the TikToks. Girl math is basically the holy grail of mental gymnastics, like how anything bought with cash is somehow free because the balance in our bank account didn't drop. Or how if we return a $50 shirt, we technically made a $50 profit. The internet loves to laugh at these creative rationalizations. But here's the interesting part. Girl math and its counterpart boy math can actually be understood as high-level strategies for value perception. So instead of dismissing these trends as jokes, we can reframe them into something useful, a legitimate financial playbook. Because, let's be honest, most of us are just trying to survive a cost of living crisis without completely losing our minds. Today, we're turning these so-called delusions into data-backed adulting cheat codes. The real problem is that the old way of doing things doesn't fit our reality anymore. Take the extreme FIRE movement, for example, living on beans and rice for 20 years just to retire early. For many people today, that simply isn't realistic. We're dealing with high inflation, student debt, and a housing market that sometimes feels like a bad joke. Traditional budgeting was built for a different world. It's often too rigid for a generation that values experiences and mental well-being. Instead of feeling empowered, many people end up doing the opposite. They fall into something called doom spending, buying random things they don't really need just to cope with the anxiety of a future that feels completely out of their control. At the same time, social media algorithms keep reinforcing something else: money dysmorphia. It's that constant comparison between our real bank account and someone else's perfectly curated highlight reel. And the result is a quiet feeling that we're always behind, always failing. But here's the good news. We can actually hack this system. There are 3 simple, data-backed steps that help shift the way we think about money. Step 1 is mastering the cost per use formula. This is one of the simplest ways to justify quality over quantity. Instead of focusing only on the price tag, divide the cost of an item by the number of times you'll realistically use it. For example, a $100 pair of high-quality pants that you wear 100 times costs about $1 per wear. But a $20 fast fashion top that falls apart after 2 washes suddenly becomes far more expensive than it first appeared. This shift in thinking is powerful because it moves our focus away from the initial price and toward the long-term value of what we're buying. Step 2 is embracing something called soft saving. About 75% of Gen Z is now moving away from extreme saving strategies and prioritizing their current quality of life. That doesn't mean ignoring the future. It simply means building financial stability while still allowing yourself to live in the present. A practical approach looks like this. First, build a 3 to 6 month emergency fund. That gives you a safety net. After that, intentionally spend money on experiences that genuinely improve your mental health. Things like travel or self-care, not as reckless spending, but as deliberate investments in your mental health. Step 3 is to gamify your financial habits. And surprisingly, this approach works very well. More than 40% of younger adults now prefer savings tools that turn discipline into something that's engaging, something that actually gives you a small dopamine hit. These tools might round up your purchases to the nearest dollar and automatically move the spare change into savings. Others reward you for maintaining consistent saving streaks. Suddenly, managing money starts to feel less like punishment and more like progress. But there's another powerful habit we also need to adopt: loud budgeting. This simply means being transparent about your financial limits. Instead of quietly overspending to keep up with friends, you say it out loud. "I can't do that $50 dinner tonight. I'm on a budget." That single sentence can break a huge amount of social pressure. And when more people do it, we start holding each other accountable in a healthier way. In the end, this isn't just about spreadsheets or budgeting apps. It's really about a mindset shift, a move toward what many people call a soft life. Less competition, less comparison, and less financial stress created by social media. Because when money stops being a constant source of anxiety and starts becoming a tool to support your life, something important happens. You get your freedom back. You don't have to choose between being broke or being miserable. Sometimes you simply need a more flexible lens for understanding value. And when you start applying these small mindset hacks, you naturally avoid the pain of payment that leads to regret and impulsive spending. If you want more cheat codes for navigating adulthood without falling into money dysmorphia, hit that subscribe button. We're all figuring this out together, one girl math calculation at a time. See you in the next one.